Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that.
Before we started this recording, we were talking about Last of Us and more environmental storytelling.
Because we're big old nerds.
We're just talking about games. We talked before the podcast. And so we were talking about like how in that game you just kind of go through and you open up a bunch of drawers and you get like a little scrap of thing. And you said that you maybe get a few moments of like environmental storytelling.
Right, yeah.
And I had the thought of, how rarely do you feel bad for skeletons in games or like random corpses?
Rare. So no, I'm the most desensitized to that out of anything. Like,
yes,
corpses mean nothing to me in video games.
I saw a trailer that had like part of it was just like a bunch of corpses hanging, like being strung up, and I was like, I literally don't.
I was like, it was like, yeah, okay. I understand that's supposed to be creepy, but that's just sort of. That seems like a cliche.
It feels like one corpse is spooky. Like in a game that isn't supposed to have a corpse, that's spooky as hell.
A corpse in a game that's not supposed to be spooky. Yo, hell yeah. Are you kidding me?
That's spooky. Like if you saw like, especially like a first person game, you're not expecting, you're like, oh, but like I remember in that game Outlast, there's like a dude on a spike and there's like his 10 other soldier guys. And I'm like, I literally, okay, you're useless soldiers then. Right. You're bad soldiers.
Right.
Like mechanically, I am, even in this game where I'm supposed to be a scaredy pants, I am a god compared to you because you got obliterated by an enemy that throws me once in a while.
It's funny. Last of Us 1 was like the environmental storytelling was like a corpse in an interesting room, maybe that had a note attached to it.
Yeah, and that's like, Janet, I'm sorry. Right. I went out to get milk and I got bit.
And then in Last of Us 2, I think they did it much more. They had a lot more interesting. I specifically remember walking through an apartment that had a D&D game set up. And I was like,
oh, that's cool.
I was like, damn, that hits. Like, imagine you just had like an ongoing game with your friends and then an apocalypse hits and you have to like evacuate. Yeah. That's just like life.
Yeah. You get some moments in that in like Last of Us, but I feel like that's the exception that proves the rule of like, there's so many that I just don't.
There's a lot that I don't remember for sure, but.
There's a lot of skeletons in...
It's a lot of
skeletons. Well, Last of Us, I think, does it better because they want to fill you with that, like, Walking Dead, like, this is the old world. But, like, in games, there's so many just bodies in games and trailers of, like, this used to be a world, and there's just, like, skeletons everywhere, and you're like, I don't care about these skeletons.
Yeah.
Or, like, the skeletons in the movie Goonies, there was, like, a few skeletons. There's like one of an adventurer and then there's like pirate skeletons.
Okay.
Those are spooky. In Uncharted, you see 10 million skeletons.
You see 10 million
and
skeletons.
I've never been spooked out.
And most of them are because you've killed the people.
Yeah. You've murdered.
You've murdered so many people. It really ruins it for me in spooky games when you kill an enemy and their body goes ragdoll, like ragdolling.
Oh, yeah.
I think that an offender of this was like Fallout and the Elder Scrolls, where like they tried to have cinematic moments where you were like sneaking around and it was supposed to feel creepy, and then you'd kill someone and their body would just go woo and like fall down some stairs, ragdoll around.
Mm-hmm.
Just
it does take you out of it because you're like, I want you to die cool, and now you're like you're taking me out of it by dying goofy because now this is Goofy game.
Because now this is Goofy Town.
And then you pick up the corpse with the terrible Bethesda physics, and they just like wiggle around, and you're like, okay, okay, now.
But speaking of Goofy Town,
welcome to Segment City, everybody. This is a podcast in which Theo and I present segments each week. Some are new, some are reoccurring. My name is Will Kane, the Snyder cut of people.
And I'm Theo Sapakos, and I'm I'm unsubscribing from whatever that is.
Okay, we're gonna go. I was gonna do this as the opener, but I wanted to talk about video game corpses and how much I just don't care about them. From talking about things we don't care about to things that Theo does not care about.
Yep.
The Snyder Cut.
Yep.
I watched it.
I had a very...
Let me do a mini review.
Before we start, I had a very good wisecrack, which someone posted a trailer to the new Suicide Squad movie. And I commented,
okay.
I think I'll wait till they release a cut that's 4 hours long and 4:3 in black and white.
Yep.
Well,
okay, the 4:3 thing is dumb as shit.
Yeah,
I've had it explained to me, and it's dumb. It makes no sense. It's for IMAX, even though you're supposed to watch it on a TV screen.
Even though he full well knew that for a calendar year, the coronavirus pandemic was going on, and everyone was going to be watching this at home.
Yeah, and
he knew.
I hate the fucking the auteur.
The level of pretension is so fucking
the moment
high.
It came up and it was like, this is according to Zack Snyder's creative vision. I'm like,
I laughed out loud when I saw that. I literally laughed out loud. No, I laughed out loud when I saw that it was in 4:3. Yeah.
I will speak to the content of the movie.
Please do.
You can speak. I watched this movie in a way that I think is the perfect way to watch this, in 4 parts. An hour a night. I watched it, and I will give the review. It was a pretty good movie.
Okay.
In the context of a miniseries.
Okay. So it was a pretty good miniseries.
I think as a film, I think films need to be edited so that people will watch them.
How is it?
Is that fair? In one sitting.
Yeah.
That is my right.
The
fact that they got a good movie, but it was 4 hours. I feel like that's the big asterisk.
It's a good.
Of course, you could make a good
miniseries,
movie in 4 hours.
But how is it as a $500 million second chance at a Universal superhero franchise? How's it for that?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. They probably had what I think the reasoning of why they put this out, because I think you want to get into this. Is because they had a bunch of this footage and they're like, a bunch of weirdos on the internet want it. Do we just we're not putting out movies right now. Do we just put out this?
Yeah.
And then they did some reshoots.
Yeah. I think it was a confluence of, they probably did the research into how much time and money do we have to put into this to re-release it? And what is the calculated dollar amount we get out of releasing it? And the math worked out, right? I also think it's an interesting thing. Yes, they're not making movies right now, not theatrical releases, which is interesting. And I also think it's to do with, I think HBO Max is underperforming, and I think that they need content for it. And I think they need big headline articles being here's a reason to get HBO Max. You can only go get it there.
It was on the front page, and people were definitely talking about it. Right. I feel definitely has that potential, especially because there's been so much outcry from weirdos on the internet. I'm going to call them weirdos on the internet.
It's fair. Anybody who wanted a remake of this movie, I'm happy to qualify you as a weirdo on the internet. Okay, let me just talk about Zack Snyder, because I had a thing about Zack Snyder that I had in my head. I've heard this somewhere, but I don't know if it's true, that him and Michael Bay went to the same film place, film school. Sure.
And they specialize in commercials, which explains so much about them.
It's the gimme right now. Right now,
it's the visual language with no plot. And that's how Michael Bay got started, was Got Milk commercials. But that explains Zack Snyder. I don't know how he is actually as a person, but he is the Cliffy B of movies. For people who don't know who Cliffy B is, he's a video game guy. He was the creative person behind Gears of War. Yeah, he was the creative guy behind Gears of War. And I think he's a meathead in real life. From what I've seen, Cliff Bleszinski, he's very, he would call things, I think both of them would call things sick.
That's sick.
That's the kind of 2000s, yo, bro, I want this to be sick, okay?
Right.
Do you get that? Those are my notes. More sick, please.
Right.
And that's who I think Zack Snyder is. And this movie, I don't like a lot of Zack Snyder's other movies, like Man of Steel. I don't like it. I hated Batman versus Superman. This Justice League, he toned it down, and I kind of liked it.
Do you think that he really felt the weight of expectations with this one? More than usual?
Probably. I think this was a second chance for him, and he did okay. Because this is all with this is better. It's better than the theatrical cut because that theatrical cut we didn't like it. Both of us watched it for free with Movie Pass.
We watched it for free, and we're like,
and we came out and we're like, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
This is on the border of being worth it. If you watch it like I watched it, I enjoyed it in 4 parts, over time.
Okay.
If I don't think I would ever sit down and watch this for 4 hours, nor do I think I'm going to watch it again. But I enjoyed it. It's it has time to breathe. And it gives characters motivation. And Cyborg is an actual character, and it's a little mini origin movie because I'm like, you're not going to do a Cyborg movie. We all know that. So you might as well get him in here.
Right. I'm glad that they give him some shine. I mean, it sounds like Flash is getting something, maybe.
Yeah. And there's a great Flash scene.
Everybody else gets something. So Cyborg was due at least some explanation, if nothing else.
And this isn't like a director's cut. This is they change key parts of the plot. The entire ending, it feels way different.
Okay.
Because how they defeat Steppenwolf is different.
Okay.
They do something that at the end that made me laugh. No, that Superman is not just OP as hell in this one. And it's the Justice League, the rest of the members actually have something to do. And you're like, okay, but Batman's still useless because he just is running around shooting people. Yep. And you're like, okay, you can use Batman, please.
Yeah.
He can punch people. I don't mind suspending disbelief that he can punch people so hard that they.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a jacked up superhero. Come on, he's supposed to be useful.
Don't shoot people. That's against whatever. He doesn't understand Batman.
Does Batman actually have a legit gun?
He steals the parademons, the bad guys' guns, and starts shooting them with it.
That's that's some Robin shit. That's useless. That's showing. That's admitting that you showed up to the fight and none of your gadgets were good enough.
He has the Batmobile and he drives through and he has a minigun on it and shoots a bunch of parademons.
Yeah, you don't seem to understand Batman very well.
Everybody has okay stuff to do. It made sense. It was a fine movie.
Okay.
But with the asterisk of it was 4 hours.
Okay.
That is my overall review of it. They change enough stuff that I'm like, this actually makes sense now. Steppenwolf is an actual villain now with motivation instead of a CGI random monster man.
So they could have done a Cyborg side movie with some build up for Steppenwolf and then made the Justice League movie its standalone at 2.5 hours with the rest of the story.
The reason why I think it's 4 hours is because they're trying to do everything.
Yep.
And with make Avengers, but without any of the build up. That's the problem with the original Justice League too. Right. And it's the problem with this one. And that's just kind of my short review. I didn't think this was going to be a whole segment, but it's my mini review of it. It's fine. If you want to watch it in 4 parts.
I don't.
It's pretty good. That's fine. I mean, I think it's fine to be Justice League theatrical cut was bad, but this is they did it better. It's if they did it's like No Man's Sky. That's how it's you did better. Am I going to play it? It's not my kind of game. That's how I feel.
I'm half serious.
So I appreciate that.
I think I'm only half serious in my my I don't know, kind of clowning on it. I don't know, to some degree it interests me, but also there is some quote unquote principled part of me that's I want to put my money where my mouth is and say that this was not something that I wanted or was asking for. So I'm just good not watching it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was on HBO Go and people who I didn't expect to watch it watched it and I was like, cool, I'll watch it. I was interested enough and it was good.
That's fair.
It was fine. Anyway, I'm gonna do a quick Will Stupid Thought. I don't think we'll maybe talk about this for a little bit. Is it better to be rich, good looking, or smart? And I'm gonna put the caveat on rich because let's say maximum looks. Rich? We're not gonna say Jeff Bezos rich.
That's king of the world. You can do whatever you want.
Comfortably millionaire.
So solid upper middle class.
Yeah, you're not 1%. I'm gonna say you live in a very big house, and you vacation to the Alps, or you know what I mean. You are a cartoon version of wealthy person.
Interesting.
You have enough money to be very comfortable.
I think that
you're good looking. You have that Henry Cavill, beautiful perfect genes or you're very smart.
It's interesting about beautiful because there are a select group of people that, like, you know, as they age, they stay good looking, and you're like, oh my God, this person is just like aging with such grace. But I feel like most of the time when people get into their elder years, they lose some of that. So if we're talking about the kind of beauty are we talking about the kind of beauty that is like, it ages with dignity? You're looking great your whole life.
Let's say it's like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt still looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not like Sylvester Stallone where you're just like melting. You're good.
You're becoming like, you are a candle. You're burning the candle from the top and you're melting. I'm beautiful.
I have my own rankings of this.
If you have enough smarts, it feels like you should be able to get to a comfortable level of wealth. Maybe. I would hope. That's the American dream. Maybe. You work hard. You're smart. I think I would choose smart. I hope. Because I think, like, how far could I really get on being just attractive? I don't know that I could do a life that's just that.
I think attractive will get you places. For sure. There's been tons of studies that more attractive people have benefits in life.
That's fair.
I think, though, in terms of you could probably get an okay career or you become an actor or model. Those are your prospects. I'm going to pick money. I think being rich is the best thing to be because you get the best education even if you are dumb. You get even if you like that can trump looks in some situations.
Right.
If you're rich, it'll like you will still draw eyes because you can like buy. You can look you can buy fashion, like you can still do.
Sure.
And then the reason I rank it over smarts is because I've heard stories about like, oh, this person has the like brain capacity of Einstein, and they're in like the middle of nowhere. And like, or like, you know, like they're in a third world country that's like, oh, well, and it's like, that's hard to, like, if you get noticed, if you get picked up on a news cycle, then maybe you're going to go to MIT and have like a good job. But even then you're going to be like a scientist and it's like, you'll help the world. So that's probably a beneficial thing. Or you could just throw money at the world.
Yeah. I feel like you could smarts could either get you a lifetime of fulfillment, and that would be great. You find fulfilling work and you become moderately successful, hopefully more than that if you're very smart. Or you could just end up with existential dread and drown in a pit of sorrow because you're too smart for where you currently are and you have no outlet for your intelligence.
That's the big swing. You're swinging from the fences. Right, you're going for smarts because you're either going to sink or swim. You're going to do great, or like you could become like a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and like, oh, I know how to manipulate the stock market. But also, I feel like money is just like the most surefire way to get ahead in life. Yeah. And this is just this is pessimist city right now. But
it's realism city.
Realism City. Anyway, I've been talking for quite a while. So, Theo, how about you take over and present a segment?
It's time to talk about an in the news from this week that really piqued my interest, and I hope that it piques yours. We're going to talk about, there's been a lot of like meme news this week. We're probably going to date ourselves with this, but there's been a lot going on. Fine. This week, there was a news story that was making the rounds about some shrimp tails that were found in a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Did you hear about this?
I have heard about this.
How much do you know about it?
I did not read. I just saw the tails in the. I did not look into it anymore.
Okay, so yeah, the headline is like, there's shrimp tails in. Someone went to Costco and bought a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. Opened it up and found what appeared to be shrimp tails. And then there's been a little bit of further drama that's been interesting. So I'm going to quickly read a news article from thecut.com that basically brings us up to speed, and then we can get into the other drama. Mm-hmm. So here is the piece. It says, when you tear open a new box of cereal and pour yourself a bowl, you typically have a pretty good idea of what's going to come tumbling out. Relatively uniform squares or O's or pillows in a standard mix of flakes and clusters. This was not the experience of one man, a Los Angeles-based comedian named Jensen Karp, who was craving those crazy squares. Inside his box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, interspersed with the normal cereal pieces, this man found what he determined were cinnamon sugar-coated shrimp tails. And yeah, there's a picture attached, and they look like someone
I
had a quick shrimp cocktail on the job.
Can I a few things? One, I did not know this is an LA comedian, and I think that does flavor the story for me. Because I think that there's a certain kind of person that I think would be climbing for that clout, and this is the exact kind
He's
of
the one that
person.
would just blow this up. Yeah, he has no chill. Yeah, right. Totally.
Also, are there bite marks on the shrimp tails? Does it look like somebody?
There's no
was
shrimp
like,
attached. There's no shrimp meat attached to any bit of it. It is dried and it looks hollowed out. I don't know about bite marks. It is just like
hollowed out.
Hollowed out for
implies
sure.
Like you don't see the meat in the tail. Nobody bit it, or they're very good at extracting it.
So upon discovering the concerning bits, Karp says he first texted his wife, Danielle Fischel Karp, who happens to be Topanga from Boy Meets World. I don't know who that.
She's Topanga.
Yeah, she's Topanga. All right.
Didn't know Topanga was in
this.
Ooh.
And then emailed General Mills, alerting them to the case. But it wasn't until he fired off his tweet, which subsequently went viral and elicited widespread revulsion, that he got a response.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Quote, privately, they were still being very nice, unquote. Karp told the Times, noting that General Mills offered to send him a fresh box. He declined. But then Cinnamon Toast Crunch released a public statement on Twitter and escalated the situation. Quote, after further investigation with our team that closely examined the image, it appears to be an accumulation of the cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended, unquote, reads the statement. Quote, we are sure that there's no possibility of cross-contamination with shrimp, unquote. Sidebar.
Wait, what?
That's complete bullshit. If you look at the photo, it's very, very clearly shrimp tails.
Yeah, are they implying that they crush up shrimp in their cinnamon powder?
They imply that they had a team of experts sit down and look at this image, and they investigated themselves, and they found themselves innocent.
Did they just pulled the Indiana Jones? Top men are looking at this.
Top men.
Like, what are you talking about? We have... those aren't shrimp tails.
Karp,
what are they?
Karp, who says Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of his favorite breakfast cereals, and the only ones he eats, is not pleased with the Sarah Brown. Quote, okay, well, after further investigation with my eyes, these are cinnamon-coated shrimp tails, you weirdos, unquote, he tweeted in response. Quote, I wasn't all that mad until you now tried to gaslight me, unquote.
Yeah.
It was then that Karp decided to go scavenging deeper into his cereal box and uncovered a revolting assortment of detritus, all covered in sugar.
Oh.
More, quote, shrimp skin looking things, a small thing resembling a pistachio, and what he thought might be rat feces. He also checked... Yeah, not great. He also checked the other box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch he purchased. He bought a 2-pack and noticed that what looked like clear tape along the bottom of the unopened box.
Oh, whoa.
Quote,
okay, so the plot thickens.
So might be opened. Quote, while we are still investigating this matter, we can say with confidence that this did not occur at our facility, unquote, a General Mills representative told the Times, noting that they are now, quote, waiting for the consumer to send us the package to investigate further, unquote. However, Karp doesn't want to send the cereal to General Mills. He'd rather get it tested by an independent lab or researcher, and has contacted several requesting their services. Last night, he reported on Twitter that a crustacean researcher has agreed to investigate the unsavory bits.
Oh my God.
So, this has happened.
The fact that they're having like PIs, like I'm going to take the case into this shrimp mystery.
Right. There's very specific PIs. Then people on Twitter started like hurling accusations at him, saying that he made it all up. For clout, for Twitter for clout.
Yeah.
And he responded with two more pictures with like pieces of cereal with what have like black like lines that look like, I don't know what they look like, but they could be a rat poop. And he says something regarding the stupid quote, did he fake this? Take. There are black items cooked onto the squares and tons of it at the bottom of the bag, in addition to shrimp tails and other sugar-coated junk. So General Mills' claim that like it didn't happen at their facility is suspect at best.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit more trustworthy than General Mills. I will grant them, because that was my first thought too. He's chasing that clout. But the fact that I've seen the pictures, they're completely covered in the stuff.
Yep.
And that, I think, would only happen in the process. If I drop shrimp tails
Also,
into a thing, I don't think they would be as completely covered.
An interesting wrinkle on this is that like he and his wife are like weirdly outspokenly fans of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like they've said in interviews, like his wife is a public enough figure that she had done a commercial deal with Cinnamon Toast Crunch when they made coffee creamer, and she was in a commercial for them.
Oh wow, Topanga really. She hasn't done anything, I don't know, since Boy Meets World, but okay, that's...
So, like, they're surprisingly, like, it's not just random people. It's, like, people who have tied their names publicly to Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the brand.
I think I would be also pissed if it was like, we have investigated ourselves and we have found that is not shrimp tails. Thank you very much.
So then he posts on his Twitter profile a screen cap of an email that he got from General Mills. And it says, Dear Mr. Karp, thank you for getting back to us. If you are unwilling to send the items in serial packaging to us, please provide these items to your local law enforcement. This may be product tampering and we need the opportunity to investigate the packaging. To which he responded, okay, the police you want to involve for your investigation can call me at the number I initially send you or by contacting me at this email. I'm not walking into a random police station yelling, here's the shrimp tails that General Mills wants, like it's a smoking gun from a murder.
What the fuck?
I also didn't get back to you. You got back to me. This is the first email I've received from you. We've only spoken over Twitter direct message. I did email you initially through the submission form, which you are now replying for the first time here. You guys are an insane mess of a company, Jensen.
Oh my God.
So he just called them out
roasting.
and then decided that he was going to like roast them. It's so weird.
I think they definitely started it. I think he was definitely on board being like, hey, this is weird, but also let's work this out. And they're like, you're full of shit, you weirdo. Why'd you fake this evidence about the shrimp tails? Huh? We got PIs after you, boy. And you're like, whoa.
You think we don't have shrimp lawyers on the phone? We've got them all.
We got all these fucking shrimp lawyers. Not only that, we got some fucking cocktail sauce that we're going to dip you in.
I'm texting you right now from a bath of cocktail sauce. I'm bathing in it.
I'm gonna fucking destroy you. You're gonna be some fucking shrimp. I'm gonna just bite out of. You're nothing to us. I'll take you off a tray at a party that I don't even like. Oh, we're our shrimp lawyers.
I'm gonna leave you out on the counter for several hours and decide you're too gross to eat. I'm just gonna throw you right out.
This is gonna be like that scene in Forrest Gump when Bubba is gonna describe every way that I can fucking cook you as shrimp, you little baby boy. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna go. Where's your house? I'm gonna beat you up. Come, give me your address.
Come over here. We're gonna pick up the shrimp and we're gonna punch you.
I'm gonna keep punching it. If you run into my fist, it's your fault.
Oh my God. So he decided to have it tested independently, and it actually ended up getting a researcher that could verify that they were shrimp tails through some like DNA testing. And that's the most recent update. It was like from 2 days ago where he was like, I'm having them tested officially. I don't trust you, General Mills, to investigate yourselves. Which,
I don't trust them either.
Fair, considering how shady they're being.
I don't know what the end result of this really is. I guess that you could have a lawsuit, a civil suit, but like at this point, I think it's just for fun.
It's full on Streisand effect right now. Like, they could have just said, "Sorry, we're going to internally investigate that. Let's cooperate with him." And
they could have done it not on Twitter.
Right.
Hey, sorry.
And in the most public arena possible.
Yeah. If you don't say we investigated and we found ourselves not culpable on the thing, message with him, say, hey, we'll give you some stuff. Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. He would have
been like, oh, cool. Like they offered a box, but like then they were weirdos about it. Anyways,
now you might see photoshops of Cinnamon Toast Crunch with shrimp in them floating around. Because
I'm not going to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to anyway.
I wasn't going to anyway, exactly.
But on to the next segment, which is also a food segment.
Double food.
This might be something I might try. Probably not, because I can imagine what the flavor
Read me that headline.
This is coming from, I'm going to be reading this from the PepsiCo website. Okay, direct press release.
This is out of
Pepsi.
Out of the devil's own mouth.
This is the title of the press release. Pepsi drops limited edition Pepsi / Peeps Marshmallow Cola for spring.
Ooh, it's the combo we've all been waiting for. Hey, ring-a-ding-ding, it's in, boys and girls. Come and get it. You wanted the sugar in your veins. The sugar in your veins.
Have you ever had Pepsi and then you thought this was not sugary enough? Time and you pour some fucking sugar in there. That is our new Peeps.
Have you ever added artificial flavoring and coloring to your Pepsi? Well, now we've done it for you.
If you can't tell, this is before Easter. They put this out literally 4 days ago.
Peeps has a fucking monopoly on product partnerships around Easter. I swear to God, every year I hear about Peeps doing some crazy shit because they have total market dominance around doing crazy shit on Easter. They're like, what? Hallelujah, Jesus is back. Also,
time for some Peeps.
Have you tried our Peeps?
Okay, the bunnies look fine. I love the little bird ones with the little 2 eyes because I'm staring at one right now and it's the little droopy beak like, hey there guys, I'm a Peep. You want to eat me?
I'm a Peeper.
I'm very delicious. Don't go for the bunny. Oh man, nobody wants to talk to me. But anyway, let's just dive into this press release. Blossoming flowers, warmer temperatures, and the awakening of
Jesus Christ.
Your taste buds. Pepsi. These fuckers started like a poem. My dearest love, Peeps.
Like way back in olden times, they were like still eating. Like Peeps have been around for thousands of years. Jesus like wakes up after his modernity. He like wakes up. He's like, what did you put on my eyes? What are these?
They're droopy little birds.
We're festive.
I'm just very festive. He just walks out. He's like, my children, I have risen. Are those Peeps? I love them. Oh my God, give them.
I have to have them.
Pepsi is making the start to spring more exciting this year with a new one-of-a-kind collaboration with the Peeps brand.
You know what? I wasn't going to go outside this spring, but
I haven't been vaccinated. I haven't been vaccinated, but I'll risk it for this. I'll risk it for the biscuit. Today, the 2 iconic brands are excited to introduce Pepsi / Peeps, a delicious new, let's call it what they should have called it, Peepsi. I'm going to call it, anytime they do the /, I'm going to do Peepsi. I'm going to say Peepsi. A delicious new beverage that combines the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Cola with the pillowy, soft, and sweet Peeps marshmallow flavor consumers love. How can you possibly have a pillowy drink?
When you take a sip of your beverage and you're like, it tastes like feathers. It tastes like down feathers.
The instant recognizable Peeps inspired design of a 7.5 ounce Pepsi mini cans in bright yellow, pink, and blue colorways makes Peepsi the ideal accessory and thirst quencher for springtime. They have a picture of the packaging. It is the Peeps packaging, but it's way bigger because it has 3 cans in it.
Yep, of course.
Is that yellow cardboard? It's okay.
They finally...
Yeah.
They finally come out with an answer for when you go down to your favorite restaurant and you ask for Coke and a marshmallow and they ask, is Pepsi and a Peep okay?
Oh God, I actually had a moment. Oh man. Oh, okay. I gotta recenter myself because I need to do this press release justice.
Need to get through it.
Pepsi and Peeps want to help usher in the joyous, relaxing vibes of springtime and give fans one more reason to celebrate the new season.
Hey, after drinking this, no one's going to be chill. It's going to be madness.
We're going to have sugar highs and diabetes.
Yes.
Pepsi and Peeps are calling on fans to show the world how they've enjoyed their favorite springtime activities in a safe, socially distant manner.
Gotta cover the base. Gotta cover the bases. The bases are covered
through the hashtag hanging with my Peeps sweepstakes. Ooh. Fans can submit photos of themselves enjoying the spring with Peeps marshmallow chicks and bunnies by tagging at Pepsi hanging with my Peeps.
Remember when they tried to make fetch a thing? Fucking stop trying to make the hanging with my Peeps sweepstakes a thing.
Here's on Twitter and Instagram for the chance to win a coveted limited edition 3-pack of Peepsies. You can't even get this in stores? This is for a competition? What?
Why would
you made
tell
three
me,
of these?
Why would you tell me that you're helping usher in the spring and then say, psych, no spring for you unless you win the lottery?
Unless I do kind of want Peeps right now. I did like the mouth, like,
you want that pillowy flavor?
Quote, after what has been a very difficult year.
Gotta cover those bases.
They're making it more difficult. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Totally.
Many consumers are looking for new things to smile about. So to celebrate the start of springtime, Pepsi collaborated with Peeps to develop a limited batch as the first ever marshmallow cola, the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Hey, Ron, you've been down in the lab for a full year. Give me something that'll make people smile. Will this make you smile? Will this? Please? Anything?
I'm a big freak and I love Peeps. I made Peeps soda and it's soft.
It's soft.
I'm sorry, it's soft?
It's going to make you smile.
Oh, man. He might be the Joker. Did we hire is this the guy from the taxidermy shop?
Well, we did block him in the basement for a full year, but seems fine.
This Peepsi collaboration will be available in 3 bright colors through a distinctive mini can design and will most certainly have fans buzzing all season long.
Yeah, if you win the fucking lottery, if you win the sweepstakes, it's unbelievable.
Said
Betrayal.
Todd Kaplan, VP of Marketing at Pepsi.
VP of Lies at Pepsi.
That's marketing, yeah. We know our consumers love our limited product drops, and we believe that Peepsi will deliver an iconic and delicious pairing that has the potential to become a fan favorite. These people, if you're a big fan of Pepsi, let's just say, and Peeps, this is definitely the thing for you.
It's a weird cross section, but the middle section there is just sugar.
They keep going. The Peeps brand will always find great joy in teaming up with partners to bring our beloved marshmallow flavor to fans in new and exciting ways. Which is why we're thrilled to collaborate with Pepsi on this limited time edition Peepsi beverage leading up to the Easter holiday, said Peeps brand manager Caitlin Servian. We look forward to seeing how fans express their Peepsonality.
You can't just make up.
You can't trademarked. Peepsonality is trade, and that's the big R. It's got the big R. Ooh.
That's in their book of legal terms now.
I'm gonna have a fucking stroke right now. I'm just gonna finish this out.
What a life. I'll hold my thought.
It's the National Sweepstakes kicking off today. In addition to 3-pack prizes, we award 10 grand prize winners with an epic collector's package of Peepsies. The unexpected collaboration between it is unexpected.
Unexpected is the word I was thinking of. Yes,
between the two brands is one reason to celebrate the official start to spring. Peepsi mini cans are only available for a limited time. They are not available. They're not available. So you can buy them.
They're not available.
So make sure to get out there and tag your Peeps candy. Fuck you.
My thought was, what a life it must be to work for the Peeps Corporation.
Yeah.
You have to just think of some wild shit for 11 months. And then 1 month of the year you have to market it. And then you go back to your thinking of wild shit. You take you spend half an effort thinking about Halloween, but no one really takes you seriously.
No. Are there Peeps for Halloween?
Yeah, there's like bats and ghosts and pumpkins.
Nobody associates it. Peeps are only bunnies and...
You're right, exactly. They have a lock on springtime candy, right? They've got it.
I will only eat Peeps. Because Halloween, Peeps are not a good...
Right.
Not the best. They're fine. At Easter, you have the choice of jelly beans or Peeps.
So you're saying that I shouldn't on Halloween give out individual loose Peeps to people?
I hope that the children would murder you and take your body parts instead of
What's
the Peeps.
this, a fucking Peep ghost? We're gonna make you the Peep ghost.
They just they get a little box cutter out and you're like, this fucker, how about a trick, motherfucker? And they start like stabbing you. You're like, oh.
I thought Peeps were fun.
What about a Pepsi? And they're like, kill him faster. Kill him. I was curious. So I looked up, because when I Googled it, other articles came up. And one of them was from Thrillist. And they said that they had drank it and they had a few thoughts on it. So I'm just going to go over this quickly of the big headlines.
Okay.
Peepsi, because they came up with also Peepsi, because they should have called it Peepsi.
They trademarked Peepsonality, but not Peepsi.
The fact that every single article that I looked at this was like, why didn't they call it Peepsi? Is stupid. Anyway, Peepsi comes in 3 colors, not 3 flavors. It has pink, blue, and yellow, which is the colors of Peeps, but it does not have different. It's not blue flavored.
Okay.
It is just.
I mean, Peeps,
sugar flavored.
Peeps don't have different flavors, so that
But
tracks.
that's fine. Peeps flavored Pepsi is softer than regular cola, and they said that's weird.
It's less.
It's a weird
carbonated?
adjective. Yes, it has less of a bite. So it goes down easier.
Huh.
Marshmallow cola tastes like liquid sugar. Yeah, no shit.
That's because marshmallows are just puffed sugar. That makes sense.
Yeah, apparently the Pepsi food scientists did a great job at embodying Peeps without overdoing it. Cool. Each can is 100 calories. Granted, each one contains 26 grams of added sugar and 220 milligrams of sodium.
Wait, these are mini cans.
Mini cans, 26 grams of added sugar.
These are mini cans with.
These are mini cans.
Oof.
That's so.
Oof.
It is literally 50% sugar at that point.
Remember when we were kids and you could like down a can of soda and just feel like you felt
great?
You feel great, but like you didn't think about your health at all.
Yeah.
And think about now if someone offers you a soda, you have to like weigh the choice of like, do I want these chemical concoctions flowing through my veins right now because I know how processed they are.
Yeah, you have to mix it with a bourbon, or like a whiskey.
Right. So like I have to force myself to drink this slowly.
Yeah. If you don't like Pepsi, you might still like Peepsi. Okay. I don't know what that means. You could tell it has a Pepsi base, but the cola flavor doesn't dominate your taste buds too much. So it doesn't taste like a Pepsi. Great. And then they just say it makes a fine pair. It's because it's sugar. It's sugar with sugar. It's sugar with sugar. Of course, it's 26 grams of added sugar.
We've paired apple cider with apple juice, and turns out it pairs well.
It's pretty good.
Turns out it's pretty good.
Like, I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, let's move on to your segment.
We've paired cranberry vodkas with cranberry juice, and it's nice. It's good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good.
It goes pretty well together. It really enhances the cranberry flavor with the cranberry flavor.
What a wild time. What a wild
world.
What a wild, wacky world we've got going on here.
Yep.
I have a mini taxidermy. A mini.
Oh God. Oh no. He's back. He's
a mini one.
The scientist. He came out from the Pepsi labs, and now he's going to his side job where you know what? You might taxidermy it with Pepsi.
Maybe
for all
that's
I know.
Oh, design inspiration. Don't tempt me, William. You know I like inspiration.
To show how much we're not sponsored by Pepsi, I'm going to say it could also be used as embalming fluid. That's
good. That's a good one.
That's an anti-advertisement. Really balance it out.
Here we have for you today Pokemon Pikachu Rat Taxidermy Oddities Squirrel Rogue Anime. That's just a collection of words.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, I know those. Pikachu's most popular one.
Do I have you hooked yet?
Yeah, I'm in because I'm imagining. Okay, what I'm imagining immediately: a mouse painted like Pikachu. That would be great. That would be fun.
That's how
That'd be
I
a little
spend
bit.
my
It'd be
free
disturbing, but it'd
time.
be fun. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Pikachu, rat, taxidermy, oddities, squirrel, rogues, anime.
Squirrel Rogue anime.
Yes.
That's where you get me, because that's just filling in. That's trying to get the SEO on your side. You know, those anime lovers are looking for taxidermy. That's a big old Venn diagram.
all those
That's basically a
D&D
circle, am I right?
Rogues that are looking for taxidermy for their character.
You know when Pikachu gets a plus whatever to sneak attack damage, he's like, Pika, Pika, motherfucker, and he stabs you in the from the shadows because
He uses his bonus action to hide.
Yeah, he they start off the game and he's just like in the corner and it's like a mysterious figure looks in and he goes, Pika Pika.
He stares at you from the end of the bar, sips his
Pika
drink.
Pika. He's a loner.
He's a lone
He doesn't
ranger.
need Ash after his owner Ash Ketchum got brutally murdered.
He's on the quest for vengeance.
Okay, how anime? I think it just implies is Pokemon is an anime.
Correct.
Let's get that, and so that could apply there. Rogue is very. Maybe he's on the run. I don't think it's D&D unless I. You gotta describe it.
Here's the description for you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's right. Everyone's favorite electrical rodent detective is now available for a special appearance on eBay. So what they're implying here, let's just be clear.
This is actually
Let's be
Detective
clear
Pikachu.
that they've murdered Detective Pikachu, and now they've decided to post his body on this website eBay.
I like that they're like, he's finally here. He's presenting himself like Weekend at Bernie's.
Everyone has been asking for his corpse, and he's finally here.
He's fine. Everything that everyone's expected, it's here now.
He may be difficult to cajole into his Pokeball, but if he warms up to you, he may ultimately choose you over a colony of free-living wild Pikachu. He has no choice. He's dead.
Yeah. What? Also, why is it harder to get into a Pokeball? He's not going to fight back. There's going to be no shaking in the Pokeball.
Get the fuck in there.
The
Also, his vocabulary is a bit limited, but he's just so cute.
I don't like taxidermy jokes. Can I just put that out there? These are creepy. Like the fact that they're joking, it's like he's not going to be saying much. It's like, yeah, I know he's dead. Like,
might be sealed for now.
that's okay. That's the Crypt Keeper level goosebumps.
Come
level.
fill your Pokédex before he's gone. About 8 inches tall and very cute. Asterisk, Ryan Reynolds sold separately.
Fuck you. God damn it. I do appreciate when they put in product like specifications in the description. It's like exactly 8.5 inches. Oh. So wait, is he a rat or is he a squirrel? Because that was part of the name and that confused me.
I believe it's a rat that has a bushy tail of some fabric material attached to him.
What the fuck? Okay.
And yeah.
Weird.
I mean, if I had to physically describe him, it's a rat that someone has painted yellow with little red cheeks and like a yellowish tail with some brown lines on the back of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not horrifying. If I'm gonna be honest, it's not as horrifying as some of the taxidermy. He didn't rip off one of the arms and attach a Muscle Man arm. That's something
that's a big point.
Didn't do.
He didn't do that. He isn't selling Cheetos. Yeah, there's a lot of pros to this. Now do we get to the point where the money? Yeah. This is the hardest part because you always make fun of me no matter what I say.
Big price tag time.
How much? So you always ask. I always break it into two because you always ask me how much I would pay, and I answer that, and then how much is it? How much did they actually put on there? I would pay. I don't know why this feels creepier to me. It feels more like I'd be buying a rat than the other ones were, even though those were more explicitly rats.
Think of it as a normal dead Pikachu.
That's worse. You're making it worse.
No,
I love Pikachu. I would pay maybe $15. Probably less. $10.
You saw it at a yard sale?
Yeah, I would maybe $10. That's it. Ugh. They're trying to go off of SEO. I feel like this person knows how to game the market.
Gotta throw anime in there.
Gotta throw anime in there. That's a smart move right there. Anime people buy anything that has anime on it. I'm gonna say that they're pricing this at. This is maybe gonna be a low. $40? No, that's way too low. I'm gonna say $60.
Final price tag.
$60. I'm gonna say $60.
Gotta pay rent, William. You know I have to pay rent in Segment
Every time
City.
you make fun of
Segment City is rent here, even in this creepy basement.
If I say a higher number, you go, Mr.
$127.
Twice, more than twice.
Please.
Oh, man.
There's taxes here in Segment City.
You gotta get the rat. It's not like rats are everywhere.
You gotta catch the rat.
You gotta catch the rat. You gotta kill
buy
the
the
rat.
paint.
You gotta get the paint. You gotta paint it yellow. And then
You gotta make sure you
gotta
gotta hold a rat funeral.
This is probably the laziest. He doesn't have clothes, does he? Does he have a little detective outfit?
Nope, just a Pikachu.
Yeah, this is late. No, you don't get my money. Fuck you. $10. That's
Also,
my final order.
Let's think about this. Fans of Detective Pikachu may be, say, children.
Yeah, children.
And say you wanted to get them a gift at a birthday or special occasion that might remind them of this movie that they love so much.
Yeah.
Now, Nintendo Corporation offers a variety of plushed alternatives.
Yeah.
But you decided that it was time for a life lesson.
Yeah, little Timmy needs to grow up real fast.
Little Timmy needs to understand that if he wants to have Detective Pikachu, it costs a life.
Yeah. To get to Detective
There
Pikachu.
will be no sequel.
It's the equivalent of when you ask for like, hey grandma, I want God of War, and they give you War of the Gods, which is a terrible awesome, like just a gross holy shit. Imagine getting like, I want a Pikachu, and they're like,
here's a dead rat though.
Here's a dead rat for your fucking, here you go, Timmy, you little piece of shit.
Little piece of shit.
Also, Pokemon fans, I think they would probably be animal lovers.
Yeah, they'd
they
probably
love pets.
I don't think they ever distinctly mentioned death in the Pokemon universe. I don't think.
No, they kind of just faint. They kind of just faint. You put them back in their ball and you heal them up, and they're happy.
Except for in those Pokemon descriptions where they reference death all the time, apparently.
Yeah. Look at our previous episode about that. Yeah, this is bad. I don't know why this skeeves me out more than like the PETA one that we talked about. Like, I don't, it's just, it feels... Because it's for children, maybe like
taxidermy can be for children. Well,
no, it can't. Fine. No. I'm gonna say no. That's a Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Jeffrey Dahmer would very much appreciate that Pokemon.
Oh well, I'll guess I have to find some new clientele. You never buy anything.
Yeah, I never buy anything because it's shitty, and you make fun of me no matter what when I haggle you.
Love my store, Will.
I hate you, and I hate the store, and I keep being brought back here. Anyway, I'm going to leave and get out of Segment City while I can. I advise all of you to as well. But before you go, I want to say a few things to you. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed the episode, leave us a review. Leave us a star rating. If you want to get in contact with us, hit up our email, segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com, where you could suggest segments. You can send us fun little things. Hit up our Twitter @Segment City, our YouTube Segment City. That is a little short. And we want to give a big thank you.
Big shout out to Rachel Robinson. She probably doesn't like taxidermy very much.
No. I like this little dance you're
probably
doing, though. You're
gotta talk to her about what segment she endorses, which one she doesn't.
He's doing a little arm jig. He's punching his hands up in the air.
Aerobics. Get ready to be fit.
It sounds like you're doing the clap emoji. Like, Rachel Robinson is great.
She is. She deserves the claps that we're giving her.
And we're gonna clap. We're gonna applaud. You know what?
Round of applause. Good job. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We did. And you know what? That applause was not just for Rachel. It wasn't just for the audience. It was for me.
It was mostly for you.
It was mostly for me.
Yeah.
You know what? It's because
it's been a long time coming.
It has. I really work hard on this. And you're a freeloader.
I'm just riding the wave here.
You are just riding the wave. I'm just like the more popular of the two of us. People definitely
people
like
always
me
write
more.
into us saying Will's very good.
Will's the best one. Like
we like the taxidermy shop owner. Why doesn't Theo contribute to those segments? He never shows up for those. Usually it's just Will talking to the taxidermy shop guy.
Exactly. You know, like he doesn't even look at the emails and he knows all this stuff.
Yeah. Totally right.
So definitely like give me a props, give me an email just saying, Will, you fucking killed it this time.
Fucking send him some money on Venmo. Like just do it.
Just Venmo me, dude. I'll put out my Venmo and you could just Venmo
We're just going to
me.
make the description of this one Will's Venmo. Just do it.
Could you get doxxed via Venmo? Could they hack Venmo?
they're gonna start requesting you. Randos are just gonna start requesting.
Oh my God.
Get it flooded with
I
requests.
Would die. Oh no! I won't give you $1 million. And then I accidentally press yes to one. I'm like, oh wait. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Maybe we will, but we probably won't. But
depends on who edits it. You never know.
No. No.
We'll see you next time.